Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Mondays with Michele video. This week's topic, Nonconformist registers. Join us as we examine some Presbyterian baptism registers and some communicant or member lists. Discover the clues these registers hold that can help you piece together your family history. Let's get started. So this past week, I went well and truly down the rabbit hole of some nonconformist records. And I wanted to show you some of the information that you can find. So what you're looking at right now is a transcript of the Tower Hill, Wooler Parish, Northumberland register, the christening register for that particular nonconformist church. And one of the things I really liked about the records I was looking at, and I was looking at Presbyterian records, you'll notice the information in this register. You've got the surname. It gives both the birth and the christening dates. You've got the name of the child. And what I really like is you've got the parents' names and where they lived. Now, the Presbyterian register I was looking at, they actually had the mother's maiden name as well, which was perfect. So even though this is a transcript, you are getting so much useful information, especially the birth date as well as the baptism date. Now, to give you an idea of what was in the actual register on Ancestry, I transcribed the information just so that you could see. So these were the entries for the particular family I was researching. So it was Thomas Renton and his wife, Mary Jane Bryson was her maiden name. He was a blacksmith in Jarrow. And the interesting thing about the particular register I was looking at is they gave the birth order. But if one of the children died before the next child was baptized, they would reuse the last number. In other words, they were tracking the number of living children. So sometimes that was really helpful either in identifying if there had been a death for one of the children, because I would see, for instance, if Marianne had died before Isabella was born, then she would be showing as a 2 because there were only 2 children alive at that point. So you're getting the birth order, you're getting date of birth, you're getting the date of baptism, and who baptized them. And the only child I couldn't find registered was this one here. Technically, he was the 7th child. He wasn't recorded in the register, but I suspect that's because he was born in 1874 and he died at only 2 months. And for whatever reason, this child did not get baptized. So he was not listed that I could find in that register at all, which meant that Florence Maud became child number 7 because she was the 7th living child. And you'll notice this is showing Thomas remarried. In fact, his wife, Mary Jane, his first wife, died around the same time as the birth of the son. So now we have Mary Bain, which allowed me to locate their marriage record. And again, there's the second child of this second marriage. And you notice they're numbering based on the man. They don't care that this is the second wife. It's based on the head of the house and the children in his family, which is why these 2 children are now 7 and 8. They're not child 1 and 2 of this second marriage. So I thought that was rather interesting. Some other records that are really useful for some of the nonconformist documents, you have these members lists or communicants books. And here's one on family search for the Ebenezer Chapel. And what's really interesting about this is they started this particular membership list 1838. So it gives the name of the member of the congregation, when they were admitted, and remarks. And you notice these ones just say no date. So in other words, at the point they started creating this list, these were the existing people in the congregation. But what I thought was really helpful, you notice under remarks, it's actually indicating death dates, or it'll indicate if they have moved on to a different parish. There we go. Here it says received from Salem Chapel, Leeds. So you can see which church they were attending prior to joining this particular congregation, but especially indicating the death dates, and sometimes it would say the manner of death. So there can be all kinds of useful remarks that you would find in there. Now, Family Search does have records of some nonconformist information just when you do a record search. So this is a transcript of Mill Hill Chapel in Leeds. And you can see the information. We've got the christening, we've also got a birth date, we've got the father's name and the mother's name. The reason I'm showing you this is on Family Search, you can get that transcript for free. Ancestry and Find My Past have the images for that particular chapel. They are not showing the same film though. Ancestry, I can't remember now. I think it's Ancestry has the original images. Find My Past, I believe, has the bishop's transcript. So they are two different films, but you can see the originals if you have a paid subscription on Ancestry or Find My Past. Now, in terms of finding where some of these records are, the best thing to do is search on a place. So in my case, I was researching some of the Rentons living in Jarrow, Durham. So if you go to the Family Search wiki page, so I just typed in search, research wiki, and then in the search field, typed Jarrow, Durham. And if you scroll down, it will give you information on the different denominations for the church records. So here is the information on nonconformists. And for the Durham area, Tyne and Weir has most of the nonconformist records. Those records are now available. This particular collection is available at Ancestry. That's what I was looking at when I showed you the transcript of the Ellison Street Presbyterian Church. But Family Search does have this collection as well. They have some of the records, but you cannot view them unless you're at a family history library. And the National Archives does have a guide on nonconformist records, and there are a number of records that are available through the National Archives. They can't be viewed online, though, for the most part. You would have to visit. And this gives also various resources, some good book references on nonconformist records. So it's something to bear in mind, particularly for those of us researching in Yorkshire and Northern England. That's where a lot of the nonconformists migrated to, so that they could avoid being quite so closely scrutinized, depending on what the religious laws were. It's one reason why you find so many nonconformist records and faiths in Northern England. It tended to be quite common that people would change from one religion to another, and they might try 2 or 3 different denominations in their lifetimes. So it's something to keep in mind. Now, on Family Search, in order to see what they have, you can try searching with a keyword search on nonconformist and then a county, because some of the records may be tied more to a county, like this, Nonconformist Registers, West Riding. One of the reasons for searching at a county level is a lot of the nonconformist faiths, they did a circuit of for their meetings. So it wasn't just one fixed meeting place. There would be an individual who would do a circuit and go from place to place in a particular area. So the records for that particular circuit might be listed more at a county level than one place. You can also try searching on a particular religious denomination. So here I was looking to see what's available for Presbyterian records and Methodist records. And just to show you what's available on the paid website. So if I search on Methodist on Ancestry, there are a few things. If I search on nonconformist, there's quite a bit more. Here's the collection I was looking at, the Tyne and Weir collection that covers the Northumberland, Durham area. There is also a large collection for West Yorkshire, which has a lot of the information for my Leeds Renton ancestors that were nonconformists. They appear in this particular collection. Find My Past. When I search the catalog for nonconformist, you can see they do have some records. It is not by any means comprehensive, though. And I looked for a specific denomination like Methodist, so there is some information. By far, you'll find the largest collection of records will be through the National Archives, the denomination-specific archives, or through the local county record archives. But there are more and more items coming online. The genealogist website, another paid website, does have a nonconformist collection as well. It used to be the website that had the greatest number of nonconformist records. More and more is coming on to Ancestry and Find My Past. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Don't forget to download the handout. You'll find the link in the video description at the bottom of your screen. You may need to click Show More to see the handout links. Thanks for watching.